keep hearing talk of people saying that I should retire or I'm gonna retire soon or whatever. I ain't retiring anywhere. I've got 2 fights with Usyk for the Undisputed, twice. Then I'm going to fight AJ at least once, maybe twice, if there's a rematch, if he wants one, after the first battering I give him.
Tyson Fury has previously made it clear that he has no intentions of retiring after the loss to Usyk. The Gypsy King also expressed his disappointment after the fight, stating that he was robbed by the judges.
Give up, boys! Fucking rip me off there. Just run.
True Geordie from the Pain Game podcast reviewed the fight recently, and he made an interesting observation.
Because, you know, he started this week off bullying a man half his size, and Tyson Fury ended this week off getting bullied by a man half his size. Is that karma? I think that might be karma. Oh, the little rabbit.
The boxing world has been reacting to the fight, with many criticizing the Gypsy King. But what did they say? And should Tyson Fury retire? Stick around and watch as we find out in this video. Tyson Fury's latest loss to Oleksandr Usyk has raised doubts regarding his future in boxing. Although the Gypsy King put up a solid performance, he couldn't avoid a defeat to the Ukrainian boxer who was better prepared and secured a narrow split-decision victory. Tyson Fury now has an unwanted defeat on his record, the first of his 16-year career. It therefore doesn't come as a surprise that many are questioning what lies ahead for the former champion. The Gypsy King has already addressed questions regarding retirement in the past. At the beginning of this year, the Gypsy King made it clear that he isn't retiring anytime soon. He stated that he has 5 big fights lined up, including the rematch with Usyk and Francis Ngannou. He also talked about the all-British clash with Anthony Joshua, a fight that everyone has been eagerly awaiting. Fury has no plans of retiring after the Usyk loss, and he made it clear once again after the fight this weekend.
The country at war, but make no mistake, I won that fight in my opinion, and I'll be back. I've got a rematch clause. You know, I thank Jesus for all the victories he's given me. I've had a split decision loss for the good little man, and I thank him again. In the mighty name of Jesus, we go back.
So Tyson Fury believes he won the majority of the rounds. He acknowledged the challenging nature of boxing decisions and credited Usyk's performance. Despite feeling he won, Fury remains respectful and looks forward to the rematch. Fury mentions the rematch clause in the contract and confirms his intention to exercise it, aiming for a rematch in October. For now, he plans to rest, spend time with his family, and prepare for the next fight. Fury is determined to regain his title and appreciates the support from his fans and team. Fury's promoter, Frank Warren, also confirmed the rematch clause and stated it will happen according to the contract's terms, emphasizing that the decision is ultimately up to Fury. Usyk, on his part, showed readiness for the rematch, stating he is prepared for revenge and looking forward to delivering another good fight. So both Fury and Usyk are ready for the rematch. But what did the boxing world have to say? Perhaps the most surprising reaction came from British journalist Colin Hart.
Brilliant. And then I'm not surprised because I did pick him to win. Because I do think that Tyson is in decline, and I think if they have the return on October the 12th, Usyk will win even bigger.
Hart began by acknowledging Usyk's brilliant performance, noting that he had predicted Usyk's victory. He believed that Fury was on the decline and expressed doubts about Fury's future prospects in boxing. Hart mentioned the 9th round as particularly troubling for Fury, highlighting how close Fury came to a stoppage. According to Hart, the bell saved Fury from a possible defeat in that round. He reiterated his belief that Fury was no longer in his prime and expressed skepticism about the necessity of a rematch. Hart suggested that if a rematch were to occur in October, Usyk would likely win even more convincingly. Reflecting on Usyk's future, Hart pondered the limited options available for the newly crowned undisputed world heavyweight champion. He dismissed the possibility of a 3rd fight with Anthony Joshua, given Joshua's 2 previous losses to Usyk. However, Hart acknowledged that a rematch in London could still draw interest, though he believed Usyk would prevail once again. Hart concluded his analysis by praising Usyk, stating that he was the best heavyweight since Lennox Lewis. This high praise underscored Hart's admiration for Usyk's skill and accomplishments in the boxing world. Former boxer Johnny Nelson also shared his thoughts on the fight, stating that Usyk's victory was well-deserved. He highlighted that both fighters had to dig deep and give their best. He described Usyk as consistent and praised his ability to withstand Fury's attacks and maintain his strategy throughout the fight. Nelson was critical of Fury's approach, suggesting that Fury's focus on showboating and trying to outbox Usyk rather than utilizing his size and fighting skills was a significant mistake.
I think Oleksandr Usyk, what a man! What a feat he achieved. Because he had to dig in deep. It wasn't just one-way traffic.
Nelson emphasized that Fury's attempts to get into Usyk's head by showboating were ineffective. He pointed out that Fury neglected his natural assets, such as his size, reach, and physicality, which had previously made him a dominant fighter. Nelson noted that Fury's performance in the fight was inconsistent and lacked the offensive aggression that had brought him success in past bouts, particularly against Deontay Wilder. Reflecting on Fury's future, Nelson expressed doubts about the possibility of a rematch. He suggested that Fury might struggle to mentally recover from this defeat and could potentially consider retiring from boxing. Nelson mentioned that Fury's belief in his own abilities might be shaken, making it difficult for him to return to the ring with the same confidence. Nelson also touched on the dynamics within Fury's camp, criticizing the presence of too many voices and yes men, which might have contributed to Fury's suboptimal performance. He stressed the importance of having wise and honest advisors who can provide constructive criticism. Regarding a potential rematch, Nelson stated that Fury would need to adopt a completely different strategy, focusing on offensive aggression from the start. He believed that if Fury did not change his approach, he would likely lose again. Nelson concluded by discussing the broader implications of the fight, including comparisons between Usyk and other heavyweight greats, and expressed doubt about any current heavyweight's ability to defeat Usyk given his superior boxing intelligence. Boxing legend Evander Holyfield, who earlier predicted a Usyk victory, recently reviewed the fight.
That's my first time ever seeing him get hurt that bad, and man, he showed me he can fight inside as well. And, you know, I'm talking in the Usyk, you know, that's my first time seeing him.
Holyfield praised both fighters for their performances, noting that the fight showcased their abilities and resilience. Holyfield pointed out that it was the first time he had seen Tyson Fury hurt so badly in a fight. He highlighted Fury's ability to fight inside, a skill that was put to the test against Usyk. Similarly, Holyfield was impressed by Usyk's ability to recover after being hurt, which he had not seen before. He emphasized that both fighters showed their determination and adaptability, which are crucial aspects of boxing. Holyfield observed that Fury seemed comfortable during the first 6 rounds, but the fight took a turn when Fury got hit on the nose. This incident appeared to shift the momentum in Usyk's favor. Holyfield acknowledged that such unpredictable moments are part of the sport, and both fighters had to make adjustments to cope with the challenges they faced. He praised their ability to adapt and continue fighting, which demonstrated their desire to win. Discussing Usyk's achievement, Holyfield remarked on the significance of being an undisputed champion in 2 weight divisions. He recognized Usyk's accomplishment as a remarkable feat, noting that it solidified Usyk's status as the only champion in the heavyweight division. Holyfield related this to his own experience of becoming the undisputed champion, highlighting the honor and recognition that comes with such a title. Another legend who shared his reaction was Lennox Lewis. Unlike Holyfield, Lewis predicted a Fury victory.
I thought it was a great fight. I thought both of them fought good. I thought Tyson was leading the way, and then he got caught. You know, his hands was down.
Lewis highlighted several critical points regarding Fury's performance and the dynamics of the fight. Lewis began by acknowledging the anticipation and excitement surrounding the bout. He praised both fighters for their efforts, noting that it was a great fight that showcased the skills and determination of both men. However, Lewis pointed out a crucial moment that significantly impacted the outcome of the fight: Fury getting caught with his hands down. According to Lewis, Fury was leading the fight and performing well until a pivotal moment when he got caught with his hands down. This lapse in defense allowed Usyk to capitalize and shift the momentum in his favor. Lewis emphasized that maintaining a solid defense is essential in boxing, and Fury's failure to do so at a critical juncture proved costly. Lewis mentioned that he needed to watch the fight again to provide a more detailed analysis, but reiterated that the key factor in Fury's loss was his lowered hands, which left him vulnerable to Usyk's precise and powerful shots. This defensive error disrupted Fury's rhythm and allowed Usyk to take control. Reflecting on the overall performance, Lewis praised both fighters for their contributions to an exciting and competitive match. He acknowledged Fury's strengths and skills, but stressed that even a momentary lapse in concentration and defense can change the course of a fight. Lewis's insights underscored the importance of maintaining focus and a strong defensive stance throughout the bout. Veteran boxing promoter Bob Arum, meanwhile, stirred some controversy by insisting that Tyson Fury won the fight.
It was a good fight. I thought Fury won the fight, but two judges thought opposite, so we'll see what happens in a rematch.
Arum believed that Fury had done enough to win the bout and his anticipation of a potential rematch. Arum began by praising the quality of the fight, acknowledging it as a good contest. He firmly stated that, in his opinion, Fury had won the fight. However, he recognized that two of the judges scored the fight differently, leading to Usyk's victory by decision. This discrepancy between his view and the judges' scores was a point of contention for Arum. When asked about the possibility of a rematch, Arum expressed his eagerness for it to happen. He showed confidence in Fury's ability to avenge the loss, indicating that he believed Fury had the necessary skills and determination to overcome Usyk in a subsequent encounter. Arum's optimism about Fury's chances in a rematch highlighted his faith in the fighter's capabilities. Arum also discussed specific aspects of the fight that may have influenced the judge's decision. He pointed out that Fury had won 5 out of the first 6 rounds, establishing an early lead. However, he acknowledged that Fury allowed Usyk to get back into the fight during the middle rounds. This shift in momentum might have played a crucial role in how the judges scored the bout. Despite the judges' ruling, Arum maintained his stance that Fury was the rightful winner. He seemed to suggest that Fury's performance in the initial rounds demonstrated his dominance and that the latter part of the fight did not diminish his overall success. Arum's comments reflected his long-standing support for Fury and his belief that the fighter could rebound from this